Hi everyone, Diana here. Today I am in my backyard and I'm getting my vegetable garden started. I will be planting some tomato seedlings, basil, a few marigolds, and a beautiful rosemary plant that I grew from a cutting. Here I am just amending the soil where I'll be planting my tomato plants, right up against this beautiful arbor. I start by applying some compost and fertilizer and then working that into the soil with my shovel. The tomato plants that I am planting here are the Proven Winners Garden Treasure tomatoes. This is an indeterminate variety, which means that it will grow pretty tall. That's why I thought it'd be a great idea to plant it right up against this arbor. I actually grew these tomato seedlings from seed, as well as the basil seedlings that I'll show later in the video. If you're interested in watching that, I filmed the whole process and I'll link it at the end of this video. I'm very excited to see how these plants will perform. This is my first time growing tomatoes from seed. I planted 2 seeds in each cell, so I just divided them before getting them in the ground. Now I'm moving on to this back space behind the arbor. Here I'll be planting 4 more tomato plants, 2 more of the Garden Treasure, and then 2 of the Proven Winners Garden Gem tomato variety. As you can tell, the planting process is pretty much the same for all the plants that I grow. I amend the soil with the compost and fertilizer, and then toss up the soil to get it all combined. Here I am using the Espoma Organic Plant Tone. It's a slow release fertilizer, and I typically always have it on hand. That's why I use it as my starting fertilizer. Alright, so I just finished planting my 2 Garden Treasure tomatoes and now on to the Garden Gem tomatoes. I'm actually really excited about these tomatoes. Here I just check my roots quickly and they look really well. I go on to split the tomato plant in half and get it in the ground. Now, prior to filming this video, I did remove the bottom sets of leaves for all my tomato plants. And I know a lot of gardeners also plant their tomato seedlings deep, and that's definitely a good idea, I think. I always do that. It's just that my seedlings are a little bit smaller this year. Alright, now we're on the left side of the arbor, closest to the shed, and I will be planting 2 more tomato plants here, 2 more Garden Gem tomato plants. And I find that this area gets quite a bit more shade, but it's okay. I find that the tomatoes still grow pretty well. The third thing that I'll be planting here is a beautiful rosemary plant, and I keep saying it's beautiful because I'm super proud of it. I live in North Carolina, Zone 8A, and just in my experience, I've noticed that rosemary plants do overwinter, but they look really bad the following spring, and because of that, I decided that I wanted to try taking cuttings and seeing if I could grow more plants. So I got the original rosemary plant maybe 2 years ago, I think, and I took a cutting from that plant just before our last frost. I overwintered that cutting inside, and then the following spring I planted it out in the garden again. It grew in the garden all summer, and it looked so good that when winter came again, I dug up the whole rosemary plant and just overwintered it again inside. And this is what it looks like now. I've actually cut on it a lot this winter for cooking purposes. It's really nice to have herbs growing indoors during the winter time. Alright, now that I have my tomato plants and rosemary in the ground, I move on to these cute little marigolds. I like to scatter them around my tomato plants because they're excellent companion plants. When I get these in the ground, I typically only add just a tiny bit of fertilizer because marigolds don't tend to love too much fertilizer. Now moving on to our basil plants, I planted 4 seeds in each cell, so I have 4 plants that I am dividing here. My nephew and niece are out in the garden with me today, and they wanted to help me get these planted. Their help is always welcome. We planted these basil plants right around the 4 tomato plants that we planted behind the arbor. Like marigolds, basil plants also make excellent companion plants with tomatoes. Here I'm just getting the last couple of basil plants planted around my tomatoes. Alright, I am finally finished planting. I've watered everything in thoroughly, and I know it's quite hard to see at all the little plants because they're still so small, but here's an overview of what it's looking like at this point. Here is our first update, and as you can tell, the plants are looking really great. Here are our tomatoes and our rosemary. They're both looking great. Our volunteer pumpkin plants are looking great. The only plants that have struggled are the marigolds here. We got a full week of rain and they did not like it. They dried up and are looking pretty sad. In my last video, I did mention that I would give an update on the plants that I was growing from seed. And so here you have them. Our cucumbers are looking great. Our gray zucchini are looking great. I have our 4 tomato plants here that are growing well. And in the back, I have the onions, which you can barely see, and our corn. The corn seems to be growing a little funky this year. I'm not really sure what's going on, but they're all growing at different rates. Some are smaller than others, but it's okay. Now on to update number 2. This is another month later, and the biggest difference I can see here is our cucumber plants are looking really good growing up this arbor. I had a lot of things go on this month, so as you can tell, there might be some plants missing. I got terrible squash vine borers, so I had to take out all the pumpkin plants and my gray zucchini, which was very unfortunate. But on the bright side, my tomato plants are loaded. I did have to take out one of the Garden Treasure tomato plants planted behind the arbor because they got damaged in a storm. But the other tomato plants are doing quite well. I will say there are a lot of weeds in this garden right now. I just haven't been able to keep up with them this season. I also planted this lacinato kale here to the left of this black container. And this is one of the plants that I started from seed, so it's looking pretty good. I'm kind of impressed. As you can tell, some of my tomato plants are staked up with wooden stakes and others have tomato cages, but quite honestly, this is not enough for these tomato plants, so I definitely need to get out there and provide more support because otherwise they're just going to end up breaking during a storm. Now I'd like to show you how I harvest my tomatoes. I like to pick them when they are just turning color. This method helps me harvest them before the pests get to them, and they will completely ripen on my kitchen counter. I'll end this video with a picture of the tomatoes that I've harvested this week. Thanks for watching.